Warning: Mantheon features gameplay that is intended for big-brain audiences. The gods of solo queue do not condone small-brained individuals try anything you're about to see in ranked for the first time. Int responsibly. Enjoy.
These wounds bring no pain.
Hey guys, welcome to the rune description of the video. So this is all for Sion Jungle, our tank himself. And so for the first page here, we got initial D tank drifting, very important here for this locomotive. So with the Predator, we're going to try and speed him up and get that inertia going. So the Predator key rune is going to be the main portion of this build. Everything else is going to be sort of preference. I've done some testing on stream here. Tried Aftershock, tried Predator. I think the Predator wins out by a lot, especially if you're solo queuing in norms or ranked. It lets you set up a lot of the ganks by yourself. It lets you be self-reliant with the speed boost that you get, especially since they buffed it a while ago. The Aftershock really relies that your teammates play around you and give you that setup that you need. So I think just having the reliability by yourself with Predator will be more effective. Especially since you're already pretty tanky on your own, you don't need the Aftershock resistances necessarily. And it only grants you Aftershock if you hit your Q, really. I'm not sure if the E procs it. It might. You can let me know in the comments. But in the case that it's only the Q, it's kind of hard to hit the Q consistently sometimes. So Predator, just reliable. As for secondary runes, we do have Cheap Shot here for some bonus damage, Zombie Ward to get some utility wards from our scanner and raise our adaptive force. His gank potential doesn't seem to be that great, and so having the Zombie Ward here, you're going to be able to clear wards on your way down to make ganks, or just while you're in the downtime between camps. You're going to get that adaptive force stacked up, get some vision on the map, since your laners aren't going to do it for you unless they're the support. And even then the support might not do it. So the zombie ward will just help you get some adaptive force, get some wards on the map with your scanner. So I think that's a win-win. You can go eyeball collection if you're confident. It will still be good if you're getting ahead. It's better when ahead, but it's just inconsistent. If you fall behind, it's not going to do anything for you. So take the zombie ward to start, see how you're doing with Sion if you are going to go ahead with it, but then take the eyeball collection and see how you compare. If you start to snowball a lot, then I would recommend switching over, but zombie ward to begin. Ingenious Hunter just synergizes with the Predator, makes everything faster. And then for secondary runes, we do have the Celerity to increase our movement speed at all times, and also synergize with Predator to give better gank potential and increase the speed on our ultimate so that we're able to get to fights faster if we're far away. And then Water Walking just helps you contest Scuttle and get to ganks faster so that you're able to not be so much of a nuisance to your teammates, but it helps. It helps. And then for the extra runes, we have here the adaptive armor is what I chose. The attack speed doesn't really help you clear camps that much from what I've tested. The adaptive seems to just be better since you're all in on that Q and W dealing the most of the damage to the camps, not your auto attacks. So getting that adaptive force helps your clear speed, and then I would always go armor in the third slot just because it will mitigate some of the damage the camps do to you, and then that way you can be a little healthier at the end of your clear. Alright, so then now that we've cleared the rune page, we're going to go ahead and talk about the items, and we'll see you guys there.
The spoils of war.
So for Sion Jungle, the items that we're going to be looking at, the starting items, you always want to start Hunter's Talisman. Your single target camp clears suck. You are all about that multi-target clear. So the Hunter's Talisman makes your Q proc the passive on all the minions that you hit, and so you'll be a lot healthier during your clear since you're not an auto attack based champion. So always Talisman, always Potion. You're not so bad at clearing that you need the 3 healing potions at the start. You can just go with the refillable one instead and get some more value. And always start Scanner. If you are try-harding, you can certainly go ahead and start the game with the Trinket. Go and ward the opposite side of the map you're starting on just to make sure they're not going to invade you. And then back and buy a Scanner. but you should always start the 1 minute and 28 second beginning with a scanner. Just keep that in mind. So that's preference for you. Early items, you want to rush boots. This is the most important thing. The first item you should always buy, if you have the gold for on your first pack, is boots. You need it for your predator. If you don't have the predator, or if you don't have the boots, you can't use predator. So this will make you actually be able to gank. The next item you need to rush is Cinder Hulk. This is the only damage item that you will buy 90% of the time. This Cinder Hulk is going to give you the ability to clear your camps faster with the passive. Every time you CC something, you deal a burst of damage around you and magic damage. And it's going to have a slow burn passive as well, which is going to help you just clear camps. So rush Cinder Hulk, and I would always go for the blue enchant because Chilling Smite deals damage, so sometimes that lets you secure the kill. And then also it slows champions. Sion is very slow without the predator, so it'll give you the ability to catch up and hit that Q more times than not, or maybe hit your E. As far as after you finish the Cinder Hulk, you will need to buy a pair of boots completed, so you get more movement speed. Again, I stress this order just because it shores up his weaknesses the best. Once you get these boots, if you need to stop CC or they have a lot of magic damage, then go ahead and pick Merc Treads. And if they're all AD or just the scariest person on the team is AD, then go ahead and pick up some Ninja Tabbies. Besides that, then we move on to our core items. So the order in which you go these is dependent in the game. I would go Randuin's first. Randuin's Omen is an active item. It gets reduced by Ingenious Hunter. Randuin's Omen gives you a lot of armor and some health, which both the health stacks with Sion's abilities to make him stronger. And basically the reduction of critical strikes. There's a lot of champions that want to critically strike you. So think of every ADC in the game most likely has critical strike unless they're going on hit. But even if you don't get the mitigation from the critical strikes, you still get the Cold Steel passive, which reduces the auto attacker's attack speed by 15%. So it makes it harder for them to kill you, which is really good. And then also the active. It slows the movement speed of everyone near you by 55%. That is really good, especially for setting up your Qs in the middle of a fight. This item is amazing, even if the enemy team doesn't have critical strike chances. And if they do, then it makes it even better. Okay, so moving on here, next would be a Warmogs. I think Warmogs is too good to pass up on Sion. You are guaranteed to hit that 3,000 health to get the regeneration passive on it. It also gives you cooldown reduction, which is really important. You want to try and hit 40% CDR. And, just some situational items here. We do have the Abyssal Mask, the Adaptive Helm, the Dead Man's Plate, Locket of the Iron Solari, Thornmail, Spirit Visage, and Frozen Heart. Depending on what your opponents are doing, you can just read the item descriptions here and see what bit fits best for you. But I've put them in the order that I think they're most relevant. Now, the Thornmail is the only exception. I think the Thornmail actually could be an essential item. It just depends on how much healing the enemy team has. So just keep an eye out for that, and then you'll be able to make those judgments for yourselves. And last thing, if you're really fed, do get the Iceborne Gauntlet instead of the Randuin's Omen. If you are a monster, you want to ramp up the damage and you're just doing really well, this will help you get there. This will increase your damage and give you cooldown reduction and just make you a monster if you're ahead. So yeah, that's the item section. So let's just get it on with the gameplay.
I'll use their bones to pick my teeth.
Alright, so for the first thing, it's going to be the most important part of trying off-meta junglers. My first recommended step is actually going to be practicing jungle clears before you hop into an actual game. So just because you want to be more aware of what you're going to do in the game before things start just randomly happening, you want to have kind of a plan going into it. So the first thing with Sion here today is that his Q is going to be the first ability, and it does a lot of damage. So I've gone ahead, Hunter's Talisman is what's recommended. Also, the Q, of course, is recommended to go as well. So with him today, we want to solo Raptors. Soloing the Raptors gives our team kind of flexibility to go to their lanes, and also the opponent won't know where we started. Conversely, you could also start Wolves. I think, honestly, it depends on the ability to gank of which lane. Since we're in practice tool, it's going to be a little harder to figure out that right now. But I will say that, let's say bot lane has some good CC and setup for us. We're going to then start Raptors by ourselves. I would start by just holding Q fully. That way we can get the full damage on the Raptors. See how we're thinking like basically no damage here. And with this way, we've actually cleared all the Raptors. So there's only the big Raptor left and one small one that somehow survived. So we just line up another shot and we're done. And then that's pretty efficient. Walking to the next camp, I would just use the W immediately here, so that you can get the full damage proc and still get the shield from the first hit. It's going to make your clear a lot healthier and just be more efficient. Also, it makes the cooldown on the W just reset a little faster. So we're going through here. So now my next tip would be to kite the red buff with the W proc still going on. See how I did that there? I managed to take a hit with the shield but still keep it intact. That's going to be the hardest part of playing Sion jungle, is making sure that you can actually keep the shield intact while you're doing your clear. Because it only takes 2 hits from most of the jungle camps to break your shield. But you still want to take some hits, of course, to make yourself have a healthier clear. Okay, so now we're wrapping up the Krugs here. I'm going to pop a potion so I can start healing some on my way to the lane. And then I'm going to pop the other one just so I can be at full health when I get in. Whenever you want to gank, you want to go around the most roundabout way possible to avoid vision if necessary. If you need to, you can scan as well. That's fine. But let's say they're at the middle of the lane and they're getting into a fight. We would walk up, probably just try and hit them with our Q, make them flash, E, whatever, you know. And from then on, it turns into more of a situational, just based on what's going on in the game state. So we're going to move on to the real game here in just a bit.
It's murdering time.
Here we go. You know what? We're in the jungle. Let's go lumberjack. We're cutting down the trees. We're clearing the critters. We're making that money from the jungle, baby. But yeah. So, anyways, basically, yeah, we're going to play for the bot side. We're going to make sure that we can get Samir and Pantheon ahead so that we can just win lane, win game. We're going to get to Darius eventually. He started Longsword and 3 potions, so I don't know why he started Longsword, but maybe he's more of a genius than I am. Okay, so we're not getting invaded. I'm going to go ahead and pop this for safety. We're going to start Wolves, and we're going to see how it goes. We've started Raptors, and it's been okay, so now this is the Wolves test. Love Sion's dance. Look at that. Look at that dance. It's a fine man, ladies. Fine man. Peak male performance. Alright, so we kill the wolf. We kill the small wolves in basically one hit. And then it's just the big wolf here that we need to think about. It doesn't take too long. About 20 seconds, I'd say. Just given the fact that we can probably take a hit. Okay. That's pretty good. Alright, so now we're clearing. We stun it before it hits us. That's the most important part to save health. It buys you more time so that you can. And you see what I did there? I was able to hit both the Gromp and the blue buff with that shield, so I maximized my healthy clear and just made sure that everything was optimal. So I'm going to smite a little early here just to heal up. That way we're able to just progress down to the bot lane and see if there's anything going on. They're a little shoved. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to check for some wards. But most importantly, I'm going to steal these raptors because Sion is really good at raptors. And because I know Elise is probably going to gank this Darius first. Okay. So Azir started winning that, so I felt like I did need to actually commit. I thought the Yasuo was going to walk into the river like a dummy, but he wasn't fully dummy. Alright, so we've cleared the Elise's Raptors. We've cleared our full blue side. That's a really good start. I'm going to go back and buy boots so I can utilize the Predator. I'm also going to buy the machete just so I can have some faster clearing speeds. I don't know what the Elise is doing right now, but she should have ganked. Seems like our bot lane is having some connection issues. Feels bad in the chat. Pepe hands all the way. Alright. Oh man, I didn't get that W off. I'm minting, oh no. Oh, the Elise got the gank on Azir. Can't say I'm too surprised. The Azir is having some ping issues as well. We should honestly play for that bot side. They're shoved now, and at least is heading towards them. Well, let's go ahead here and I'm gonna make my way bot. Check for vision on the way. They got one ward here, but not two. Ooh. Dang, I was too fast. I was too fast on the draw. Oh, I see he already flashed. I didn't know that actually. That's fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the dragon here. The mountain drake is one of the easiest ones to solo because it doesn't slow you and it actually has like I think one of the lowest attack like times on it. So because of those two factors combined, I think I can actually solo it decently. This is also a test to see how effective the Sion solo clear is. Honestly, it could be worse. I've had a harder time on other champions. I knew at least wasn't close, so we could at least take that with no issues. Alright, we're good. We're chilling. Asagi, I agree. Very good Yasuo. Oh, hi there. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Just noticed. So we're just playing some Sion jungle gameplay here. Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I lost my W. But basically just filming some footage for the YouTube channel here where we rate off-meta junglers. Today we're doing Sion, and that Azir's got him. He's got him. Alright, nice. Good job, Azir. And basically we're just going to... I played... this is the third game now, and we are just going to finish up our analysis here and start the video editing so we can... get the consensus on if Riot buffed Sion enough for him to be considered an actual jungler or if he's just bad. So I think with Sion, from what I've learned these past few games, is getting level 6 makes you a character. So let's try and become a character. Thankfully the Elise let me steal some chickens from her, so it's going to make this a little faster than normal. Let's get my wolves here while my blue buff respawns. That right there is probably the example of the best part of Sion, is the fact that you can clear those wolves so fast. Like one shot is all it takes for him to clear camp. I have ultimate. I am arriving on the scene. I actually shouldn't have taken that, but you know, it's the tax. I came in with the ult. My kill. Oh, I'm out. I'm out. Oh. I don't know why you're fighting this dude. I have like no ult. I have no items. It's okay. That's gonna happen a lot when you're playing off meta junglers. Maybe I could have helped him, but in my opinion, he's a zero. He's trying to scale. He's not trying to do any funny business early. Oh my gosh. Trying to give it to her, but don't heal off the minions. Their bot lane had prio, so I couldn't actually take anything. However, what I can do, since I'm gonna be big brain instead of small brain, I was about to be small brain and just start clearing camps. We need to keep the pressure up, since I know Elise's bot side and my Darius has prio now that I've successfully driven him out of lane somehow. I am going to take this Rift Herald. And I don't think Elise is in any danger coming. If she is, I'm pretty sure the Darius would be able to rotate. So I'm kind of confident we can at least get this here. You know, Azir dies to Yasuo. Nothing new. That was pretty good. Alright. I'm happy with that result. Oh my god. We did it! Oh, he dies to bleed, I think. No, he doesn't die to bleed. Man. That was close. I should have hit him one more time. I thought he was dead, honestly. It's a bad habit of mine trying to give kills to people, especially when I play off meta junglers. I don't need the gold. But I need to just accept that they need to get die, even if I take it. Alright, let's keep going here. Alright, so that misfortune is super diveable because I do have ultimate. I'm gonna go into the bush here. I also have predator, so I can just sneak in the nice way. Ooh, baby. We did it. That was super good. Man, that's going in the highlights right there. Ooh. Powerful. Alright, so now I'm going to drop this Herald as close as I can for the tier 2. So that we can get this going. I think this is the best game so far. I do like the double adaptive. Yeah, I'm dropping the Herald. I'm getting out of here. Not overstaying my welcome. Man. I wanted to get him, but it's okay. I don't do enough damage right now. I'm never going to do that much damage, unfortunately. That is the thing with Sion. You're an enabler. You are definitely not a carry. Unless we go the lethality build, which I can certainly try another video. I'm just going kind of a standard one right now, but thanks for the future, maybe. Someone ever finds that lethality build. I haven't seen it personally myself, but if anybody has it, I will certainly look at it and try it out at some point. They're still bot. I do have ultimate. Let's go. We fucked up, but that's the thing. Even if you miss Sion ult, just keep going. Don't worry about it too much, because you'll still be able to block people off. So don't worry, even if you're terrible like me and you suck at tank drifting. Alright. That's fine. Ooh, that's sick. Yeah, my team is just like, two people on my team are like such high ping that they can't even play the game. So it's just unlucky. Because this is like the best game we've had so far too. I'm actually 4-1-5. I'm doing really well, but Sion is only as strong as his teammates. So if my teammates are not doing well, I'm really reliant on them because I'm an enabler more than damage dealer. Never give up, never surrender. I mean, we're getting some good like action sequences. This game's actually a lot of fun. I'm having fun, even if it's not going our way. We put up a good fight. I mean, I'll come back in a bit. Our inhib respawn. Inhib MVP. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. No. No. Okay. Unironically fun game. I had fun. That's all that matters. Oh. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera. I need to get my Uncle Roger stance. You know, the leg up. It's the most comfortable way to sit. That's a fact. Alright, so we're here wrapping up our talk about the champion Sion. So we played 3 games. We gave him a test shot here on stream. And we decided that he is a 6 out of 10. The reasoning behind it, I've mentioned what my criteria is for rating junglers in my previous video, which you can check out here. But the criteria is basically clear speed, gank ability, and then also skirmishing power early game. As far as clear speed, he's got a B for me. His clear speed is passing. It could be faster, but he clears pretty healthily and doesn't need a leash. If he really wanted to, he can just solo clear raptors or wolves and then just full clear one side and go to the other or gank. So he's got some options that puts him at a B for me. He's pretty satisfactory. As far as gank ability, it is only a C for me. You are entirely reliant on Predator unless somebody really messes up their wave management. And without the Predator, it's basically impossible if the opponent sees you coming from a ward. With the Predator, you can probably go past a ward and still get the gank going. However, once you get into the opponent's face, the Q is really hard to hit unless you hit that E first. And so you're really relying on your lane partner to help you set up the gank fully. So just because of the fact that he's not self-reliant and relies on Predator a lot to get those ganks rolling, I give him a C, or below satisfactory. And then as far as early skirmishing, this is his weakest point. It's a D for me. So the early skirmishing is really bad. If you get invaded like I did the first game, you basically have no chance of surviving, since your first clear is not healthy enough to just walk away unless you have flash. But sometimes you might just get jumped on and not notice, like the Rengar did to me. So yeah, I would just say if you get invaded, you're going to have a bad time. And I would also say if you go to a scuttle fight and you try to fight over the objective, you're also going to have a bad time. Like I said about the ganking, his skirmishing, it falls in the same field. Sion is an enabler. He is not good by himself. In the context of the jungle, he is really reliant on his teammates to set up plays for him, and he's there to set them up for success as well. So 1v1 fights are not his strength. So overall, 6 out of 10 he gets from me. That's pretty good. I mean, I had some games where I was 405 around 10 minutes, and we were doing really well. So it's certainly possible to get ahead on Sion and get the game rolling so you can open up potential for your teammates to carry you. But then there's also games where you're going to just be kind of a stun bot at best, or at worst, I suppose. And basically, you're just going to not have a good time. Your teammates might flame you a little bit. But that just happens. You know, you got to try things out. And especially towards the start, it felt like that. But it got better over time as I updated the rune page. So if you use the runes and the items that I mentioned, you'll have a better time going about him and trying it out. You'll probably end up more towards the 6 out of 10 range on him than doing poorly. So I overall think he's a fun character. I would recommend him for norms. That is my recommendation. I would not bring him into ranked. I don't think he's good enough for that. But if you want to have a good time, you want to play a beefy boy who soaks all that damage in and hits fat Qs over and over and makes your opponents sad when they forget how the hitboxes work, then I would certainly recommend playing Sion Jungle and have some fun with him. So yeah, that's the consensus. 6 out of 10, and we'll be here next time with another jungler. Leave me a comment in the section below if you want to suggest anything that you would like me to see. If you guys want to see a more in-depth analysis into any of these thoughts that I provided in the video, I will be streaming all of my test gameplay on Twitch whenever I record for the video. So catch me there. I'm going to leave a comment in the link down below so you can follow the Twitch channel and you can get notifications and everything like that as far as to when I'm going to be doing everything. I'm going to try and get a solid schedule kind of set up, and I'll let you guys know. If you want to follow my Twitter, you can also do that down below. I'll leave the link in the description. That way you can get some notifications as well. So yeah, thank you guys for joining me today. I do want to thank you for starting the channel with me here. It's going to be exciting times, and I always want to say I am here to int so you don't have to. Peace.